Hey everybody, it's the end of E3. It's all over now. And we last night wrapped up the Sony PlayStation press conference. It was a good one. I just want to give a few of my thoughts about all of it all together. Let's start with Nintendo, the clear winner. Yeah, that's right, I said it. There was a clear winner this year. It was definitely Nintendo. They introduced some new hardware, the Wii U. You've probably heard all about it now. I think that it was just as outstanding and unpredicted as people predicted. I know that doesn't make sense, but you know what I was saying. Like when we took a look at the rumors, we thought that the concept art looked just unplausible, but then they came out with this giant tablet with a screen, and people who have touched it say it's super light and that it's really surprisingly comfortable to use, and that developers are already coming up with really crazy things to do with it. So I think Nintendo changed the game again. They saw what Apple was doing and decided they wanted a piece of that pie. Funny thing is that I noticed that they've already done this, really. I mean, it didn't have a touchscreen, but remember when the Game Boy Advance could connect to the GameCube? It did, and it did this very similar thing. Like you had supplementary game material on your Game Boy Advance, and it was like with four swords and stuff. You could play four player, and you could, if you went into a dungeon, you could see yourself in the dungeon so that you didn't have to, like everybody else who was playing, didn't have to go in the dungeon with you, stuff like that. So they've already done this, just like, you know, with motion controls. They'd already done it with the Power Glove and with, things like, yeah, so the Wii had already been done by the Power Glove. The 3DS was already a Virtual Boy in the past. What else has Nintendo done in the past that they're going to revamp and do it right the second time? I can't think of anything else. Like, Mario Kart games. I don't know. Anyways, so that was about all that we saw from Nintendo that was really remarkable. And then just, you know, the standard, more of your beloved franchises coming to the next generation. Zelda, Mario, Mario Kart, Luigi's Mansion. I know I was hard on it during the show, but, you know, it looks like it's probably going to be a fun game. And I know it's a cult classic, and I know that Luigi himself is a classic cult character. For some reason, some people just have an affinity for him. I think it's because you're little brothers and sisters. Anybody who likes Luigi is probably a little brother or sister. Someone who has been cast in the shadow in the past. Yeah, that's my psychological analysis of you, so suck on it. You mad? Next up, we have Microsoft, the clear loser of the pack. Yeah, they were a clear loser, and the reason was because they just rehashed. It was just basically a rehash of last year's conference. There was no surprises. There was nothing there particularly for investors or for consumers that would really stand out. And yes, investors are important. I'm very interested in the business side of gaming. If you've watched the show a lot, you know that that's something I really take a lot of interest in. And I'm always watching not just what they present, but how they present it, and why and who and where they present. No, but that's what I care about. Regardless, they presented some cool things. Halo 4 is cool. It's a teaser. They showed it at the very end. The upcoming Modern Warfare is cool. But that's not just on the Xbox. So why did they lead off with that? Kinect was forced throughout the entire thing. Everything pretty much had to do with Kinect. It was all about this can be used with the Kinect, this can be used with the Kinect. Either developers are receiving a large subsidy for adding on the Kinect functionalities to their games, shoehorning them in as you would, or they are just afraid that their sales will do, you know, take a small hit if they don't have that little badge that says compatible with the Kinect. I am hard on it. I was hard on it during the Microsoft episode, Kinect in general. I want to be clear. I don't think that the Kinect is bad. I think that the Kinect is an awesome technology. I think it's really phenomenal, actually. It's astounding what they're able to do. It's something out of sci-fi, like something that if you had described it, well, when they did describe how it would work, people were dubious. They were like, it wouldn't work. That won't work like that. And it did. It's just that the Kinect is awesome, but what they're doing with it isn't. Please, like, more people need to be like, what was the name of that, oh darn, I forgot the name of it. The game where you can like move your hand and it's going through songs and stuff, and Anyways, I'll put the annotation afterwards when I remember it. But it does something completely different, like kind of gameplay that just wouldn't be fun with just a controller. They designed a game around the Kinect instead of shoehorning it into a game or coming up with these little crappy mini games that are fun for like maybe an afternoon tops. Yeah, again, I'm being really hard on it, but I just see the potential and the stuff that the hackers are doing with it. And I just wish that we could see somebody really unlock it. I think that the only one we saw at the press conference, probably one of the best parts of Microsoft's press conference, was the Sesame Street game. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's a good utilization of the Kinect. You got like, a kid and his fake dad on stage there standing up. And that was one of the highlights, was when the guy who made the game said, "Unleash the simulated family." Very lifelike. I'm getting a call. Just a second. Here. Oh, it's Deacon. Here, just a second. I'm going to take this. Hello? Hey.
What time are we supposed to go live tonight?
We're going to be live at 9 o'clock tonight.
Oh, okay, sweet. So we got some time.
Yeah, we're going to watch the game first.
All right, we get, you guys have fun. It's kind of running late here, but I'll come over.
Okay, see you tonight.
All right.
Bye. Okay, so that kind of broke the news about tonight's show is going to be at 9 o'clock, or whenever, if it goes into overtime, the hockey game we're watching tonight, then it will be after 9 o'clock. But around there, so, don't plan your night around it, but there is going to be a surprise, so you're going to want to tune in. Last part of this vlog is about Sony. Sony was a clear middle runner. They didn't have any outstanding new hardware. I think that the Vita is cool. The PSV. I hate the name, but I also hate the Wii U name. The back of it is a touchscreen. Cool. The Surface is a touchscreen. Cool. It has a very large gameplay screen. It looks beautiful. The joysticks are analog and they look like real joysticks instead of that little slidey circle that they used to have. It looks like a solid system. I'm just not that much into portable systems in general. I'm not that big on the 3DS either. I think that the surprising part of the announcement was the pricing. It seemed like $250 was a really aggressive pricing for that system. Oh, everybody's coming home with beer now for the game. There's everybody coming in. They're interrupting my private vlog. So that sums everything up. Oh yeah, and then just the fact that I think that Sony just did a great job of presenting. They were really personable. It didn't feel too forced or like they were reading teleprompters too much. And I thought that it seemed natural. And I like that they addressed the PSN and the outage. And I think that they made a few self-effacing jokes that really, as they said, address the elephant in the room. And I say good on them for that. I'm glad their public relations team allowed them to do that finally. I think that covers it all. So I'll see you tonight, guys. If you want to tune in, there's going to be a surprise game. I love you.